Hello everyone and welcome into the channel. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about how to build wealth on low income, a step-by-step guide to financial freedom. Let's go ahead and begin. What if I told you the reason you're not building wealth has nothing to do with the size of your paycheck? For years, we've been sold a lie that you need a six-figure salary to get ahead, but the truth? I see people with huge salaries go broke every single day. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the simple, actionable steps that everyday people from janitors to teachers have used to build serious wealth on a totally normal income. This isn't some lottery ticket, it's about real strategy that actually works. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get into the quick introduction. If you guys are brand new here, welcome. I'm Brent. If you've ever felt trapped living paycheck to paycheck, or you've watched your bank account dwindle down to zero right before payday, you are in the right place. That feeling that you're working harder than ever, but you have absolutely nothing to show for it. It's one of the most stressful things a person can go through. It feels like you're stuck on a hamster wheel, and that dream of financial freedom seems like it's reserved for somebody else. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not. Building wealth isn't some privilege for the rich, it's a skill that you can learn. It's not about how much you make, it's about what you do with it. I've spent years looking at the financial habits of everyone from the ultra wealthy to regular people who quietly build millions of dollar fortunes on modest incomes, and the patterns are shockingly consistent. In this video, I'm breaking down those patterns into 5 clear steps. This isn't complicated theory, it's a practical guide you can start using the second this video is over. We're going to completely dismantle the myth that your income is your destiny. So if you're ready to finally take control of your money, do me a quick favor, hit that like button below, subscribe. It tells YouTube you're finding this valuable, and make sure you don't miss out on future videos. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. The problem. Let's be honest, the day-to-day reality of low income is exhausting. It's the constant mental calculator running in the grocery store trying to decide between what you need and what you can actually afford. It's that knot in your stomach when the check engine light comes on, knowing a few $100 could totally derail your entire month. It's having to say no over and over again to your kids, your friends, and yourself. Society tells us this simple but really damaging story. Just get a job, earn more money, and you'll be happy. But what happens when you're doing everything right, working hard, being responsible, but the numbers just don't add up? It's so easy to fall into the cycle of blame and despair. You start thinking something's wrong with you or the whole system is rigged. You see influencers flashing their wealth on social media, and it feels like they're living on a different universe. This leads to financial paralysis, where the problem feels so huge that doing nothing seems like the only option. You think, why bother saving $20 when I've got thousands of dollars in debt? It's like a drop in the bucket. That feeling is exactly what keeps people stuck. It's the belief that your current paycheck dictates your entire future. In fact, a recent report showed that as many as 78% of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck. That number includes a lot of high income earners. This proves that the problem isn't just the amount of money coming in, it's the lack of a plan for the money. The stress isn't just financial, it's emotional. It eats away at your confidence and your hope. But what if that one core belief, that one that says, I don't earn enough to build wealth, is the very thing holding you back? What if the key isn't a new job, but a new perspective? So let's go ahead and get into step number 1, the mindset shift. It's not your income, it's your habits. This is, without a doubt, the most important step, and it costs you $0. Before we even talk about budgets or investing, you have to make a fundamental shift in your thinking. You have to go from I am a low income earner to I am a wealth builder. Your income is just a circumstance, your habits are a choice. Wealth is simply the difference between what you earn and what you spend, and what you do with the difference. Let me tell you the story of Ronald Read. You can look this up yourself, but he wasn't just a CEO or doctor. For 25 years, he was a gas station attendant. After retiring from that, he worked part-time as a janitor at J.C. Penney's. He lived a quiet, modest life, drove a used Toyota, and famously used safety pins to patch up his old coat. To everyone who knew him, he was just a humble, hardworking guy. But when Ronald Read passed away at the age of 92, he left behind an $8 million fortune. How did a janitor become a multimillionaire? Not the lottery. He did two simple things relentlessly for decades. First, he lived well below his means. Second, he invested every spare dollar into solid, dividend paying stocks. He read the Wall Street Journal at his local library and patiently let his money compound for more than 60 years. His story is the ultimate proof that it's not about the size of your salary, it's about the power of your discipline. On the flip side, we hear stories all the time of pro athletes, actors, actresses, lottery winners who makes hundreds of millions and at the end up completely broke. They had all the income in the world, but not the habits. They fell victim to the lifestyle inflation, where every time they earned another dollar, they spent another dollar, leaving them perpetually stuck at zero. Your journey starts the moment you truly internalize this. Stop seeing your paycheck as a limitation and start seeing it as a tool. Every dollar is a seed, and you can either choose to eat the seed now, or you can plant it and let it grow into a tree that provides you for years to come. The shift from an income earner to an asset owner. It's not just about earning income, it's about buying up assets that, again, work for you. Starting today, start seeing yourself as an investor, whether you're investing $5, $25, $100, or even $500. The mindset is the fuel for everything that comes next. So take away those bad habits and start transitioning into some good habits. Okay, step number 2 is master your money, a simple budget that actually works. The word budget makes most people want to run for the hills, and it actually sounds like a financial prison, but I want to reframe that word. A budget isn't a restriction, it's a permission slip. A budget doesn't tell you what you can't do, it tells you what you can do. It gives you the permission to spend totally guilt-free on everything that you love, you need, and even things that you want because you have a plan. For anyone on a tight income, a budget is even more critical because every single dollar needs a job. And forget those complicated spreadsheets. We're going to use a simple but powerful framework made by a famous US Senator Elizabeth Warren, the 50-30-20 rule. Here's how it breaks down. You take your after-tax income, the actual cash that lands in your bank account, and you split it 3 ways. 50% is for needs. This is your absolute essentials, things that you have to pay to live. This includes housing, utilities, groceries, transportation to work, insurance, the minimum payments on any debt you have, and if you find your needs are eating up way more than 50% of your income, that's going to be a huge red flag. It's a sign that you need to focus on either lowering those big expenses, maybe by negotiating bills or getting a roommate, or increasing your income, which we'll get into in a bit. 30% over here, this is for wants. This is your fun stuff, the expenses that make life enjoyable but aren't strictly necessary for survival. We're talking dining out, your Netflix, your Spotify subscriptions, hobbies, shopping for new clothes, vacations. This is where your budget gives you permission to live a little. You've got a set amount of money for pure enjoyment. You can spend it without an ounce of guilt because you know the important stuff is covered. If you're overspending, this is usually the easiest category to begin trimming back. This 20% down here, this right here is the magic category. This is where you build wealth. This 20% of your income is dedicated entirely to your future. This is the building of your emergency fund, attacking the high interest debt, saving for a down payment, and investing for retirement. This is your paying yourself first. Now, if 20% seems totally impossible right now, don't panic. Start with 5%, start with 1%. The main thing is just start. The habit is more important than the amount. As you get better at managing your money, you can slowly nudge that percent up from 1 to 5 to 10. The goal is to make this 20% the very first bill you pay, not the last. Now, let's jump into step number 3, pay yourself first, the golden rule of wealth. This next step brings that 20% rule to life. It's a concept that truly separates people who build wealth from those who don't. It's called paying yourself first. Think about what people do. They get their paycheck and the money flies out the door. First the rent, mortgage, then the electricity company, the car payment, credit cards, then they buy groceries, gas. Maybe they have a little bit of fun just buying up some wants, and at the end of the month, they look at whatever's left over, if there's anything at all, and maybe they'll save it, or maybe they'll be like, hey, I got $5, let me go spend this. That's paying yourself last. It makes your own future an afterthought. To build wealth, You really have to flip the script upside down. You need to treat your savings and investment as a single most important bill you have. The day your paycheck hits your account, the very first move you should make is transferring money to yourself into your savings and investments account. You pay future you before paying anyone else. The psychological shift here is massive. You're sending a powerful signal to your brain. Your future is your priority, not a leftover. This forces you to operate on the rest of the money instead of hoping that there's money left over to save. Let's say you take home $2,500 a month using the 20% rule of paying yourself first. That's going to be $500. The day that you get paid, boom, you move $500 into a separate account. Now you have $2,000 left over for the month. Your brain automatically adjusts and figures out, how am I going to make this work? Because it has to. It's a subtle switch from, man, I hope I have enough money left over to, my savings are handled, now how can I do my best with the rest? And if you have high interest debt like a credit card, this is your weapon. Your pay yourself first money should first build a small emergency fund of say $1,000, and then you can aim it like a fire hose at that debt. Paying off a card with an 18% interest rate is like getting a guaranteed 18% return on your money. No investment on earth can promise you that. Getting aggressive here, it's the fastest way to free up money is by paying down that debt. So again, we want to save first, not last. You know, if you just spend everything first, you're going to end up with nothing left to save over. So you want to save first and then budget off your amount and then focus on your future you, right? Your first bill should be paying yourself, and emergency fund, get it to $1,000. Begin attacking any sort of high interest debt. Okay, step number 4 is to automate your wealth machine. Okay, this is how we turn good intentions into actual results. Step number 3 was the philosophy. Step number 4 is the system that does it for you without having to think about it. It's the time to build your automated wealth machine. Let's face it, we're human, we get busy, we get tired, we get tempted by a sale, relying on sheer willpower to manually move money. Every payday is a recipe for disaster, so automation is going to be your secret weapon. It takes your unreliable human self out of the equation and puts your financial plan on autopilot. Here's the 3-step process. It's going to take you about 30 minutes one time, and then it'll change your financial life for the future. First, automate your automatic transfers into a high-yield savings account. To do this, log into your main checking account and set up a recurring transfer for the day that you get paid. Normally, the amount is whatever you're committed to, whether it's 1%, 5%, 20%. This money is going to go straight into a separate high-yield savings account to build your emergency fund up. The goal here is to stack up 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. Don't touch it unless it's a real emergency. Second, automate your retirement. If your job offers a 401k or a similar plan, this is the easiest automation in the world. The money gets taken directly out of your paycheck before you even see it. It's the definition of out of sight, out of mind. And if your company offers a match, that is free money. Not contributing enough to get a full match is literally throwing down a raise. This is just completely free money that you would get. So at a minimum, contribute enough to get 100% of that free cash by going up to the match that your plan offers on the 401ks, Roth 401ks, and other similar work plans. Third, focus on success. You can do this by automating your investments. Once you have an emergency fund set up and you're getting that company match, it's time to automate your long-term investing. Set up another automatic transfer, this time into a brokerage account. You can start with as little as $25 or $50. The best place for people to begin is with the low-cost broad market index funds or ETFs. These let you own a tiny piece of hundreds of the biggest companies all at once. It's a simple, proven, low-stress way to invest for the long haul. Now, in our $1,000 challenge, we are using SoFi Invest. We started with just $25. Using the referral link down below, they also give you another $25 bonus just for setting up an account. And then we automate $25 into our long-term investing account, where we invest into VOO, which tracks the S&P 500. By setting these up, we've essentially built a system that forces us to be successful. Your wealth is no longer based on your mood. It's built into the background of your life. Now, Let's go ahead and jump into step number 5. Accelerate your journey, increase your income. Everything we've talked about so far is just about building a rock solid foundation with the money you already have. Honestly, that alone can make you wealthy over time. It's like Ronald Reed, but if you want to speed things up, if you want to pour your gasoline on the fire, the next step is to increase your income. So once the system works, boost that income. The key here is to do this from a position of strength, not desperation. You now have a system that works. This means that every extra dollar that you earn won't just get absorbed by the lifestyle creep. It will have a mission to be sent straight into your wealth machine to crush debt or boost investments. Now, there are 3 ways that we can do this to maximize this, right? Number 1, maximize your day job. The first place that you could look to get a raise is right where you are. Can you ask for a raise? Don't just ask, build a case, track your wins, research what your position pays elsewhere, and professionally argue your value. Is there a new skill or certification that you can get that would lead to your promotion? Number 2, start a side hustle. The gig economy makes it easier than ever to earn extra cash. It doesn't have to come from some soul-crushing second job. Leverage a skill you already have or something you enjoy. Are you good at writing, freelancing, love dogs, pet sit, super organized, be a virtual assistant? You could deliver food, tutor online, sell crafts on Etsy, anything to bring in a few extra bucks a month without burning out. And then number 3, create passive income. This is the holy grail, but it usually takes more work up front for a bigger payoff later. This is the money you earn for minimal ongoing effort. Maybe you create or sell a digital budget planner. Maybe you start a niche YouTube channel or a blog that earns ad revenue. It takes time, but one good passive income stream can change the game. And the golden rule here to remember is as your income goes up, hold your lifestyle steady. If you get an extra $500 raise, this isn't $500 more for your wants categories. This is $500 bigger shovel to dig yourself out of debt or a $500 bigger investment in your future. That discipline is what makes all the difference. And with that, we'll talk about the free budget planner. If this guide is clicking for you and you're ready to get started, I've made a simple 1-page 50-30-20 budget planner you can download for free. It will help you build everything out in just a few minutes. The link is right down in the description or will be down in the pinned comment. If it is not there, I might have forgotten. Just drop me a comment, something like budget planner or something, but this is going to help you map out your money in a few minutes just by kind of filling it out. So in conclusion, let's do a quick recap to bring it all home. Building wealth on a low income isn't a fantasy, it's a formula. Step 1, shift your mindset. You're not a low income earner, you're a wealth builder. Step 2, master your money. Use the 50-30-20 rule to create a guilt-free spending plan. Step 3 is to pay yourself first. Your future is the most important bill. Step 4 is to automate everything. Build a system that runs on autopilot. Step number 5, accelerate and increase your income and aim that extra money at your goals by starting some side hustles, right? That journey from living paycheck to financial freedom can feel long, but it can start with just one step, getting started today. It starts with the decision to take control. Ronald Reed, the janitor, didn't have a secret. He just had patience, discipline, and consistency, qualities available to every single one of us. You have the power to change your financial story. It won't be overnight, but small, consistent action create life-changing results. To prove to yourself that you're serious, do one thing for me. Go into the comments and type, "I am in control." It's a declaration to yourself and to everyone else here that you are taking control of your financial destiny starting right now. So with that said, thank you all so much for watching. If you're ready to get started on the next steps and you want to know exactly where to invest those first few dollars, check out the video here to the right on how to get started with just $25. For us, we opened an account over at SoFi Investing, deposited $25, and got a bonus of $25, making our initial deposit $50. And every week since then on our SoFi Investing Challenge, we've been depositing and investing $25. We're now over 50% of the way to our goal of $1,000. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, I'll see you over there in the next video. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.